During mating season, male Western Diamondback rattlesnakes defend their territories from other males. When an invading male shows up, the battle is on. Being a rattlesnake, and that they use their venom to subdue prey and to defend themselves, you might expect them to use their venom as a weapon in this fight. But they don't. They try to overpower each other simply by being the strongest and slamming their opponent to the ground. Snakes that are fighting their own species do not bite. Snakes that kill and eat other snakes do bite their prey. At least two other animals that I know of fight by swinging their head and neck: giraffes and ostriches. Both have very long necks. I watched this battle for over an hour in the middle of a hot day west of Tucson, Arizona. And possibly because it was so hot, they spent quite a bit of time in the bushes where there was some shade. It can be difficult to identify a Western Diamondback from a Mojave rattlesnake. You really need to use several criteria. You cannot always use the tail pattern by itself. In most Western Diamondbacks, the black and white bands are about equal. In most Mojaves, the white bands are a little less white and are about twice as wide as the black bands. But there can be so much variation that you really can't completely rely on the tail pattern alone. Some of the other criteria to look for is the angle of the white eye stripe, how far the diamond pattern on the back continues to the tail, and the size of the scales between the eyes. You really shouldn't get that close to see those tiny scales. Mojave rattlesnakes tend to be a greenish color, but that is also quite variable. Eventually, one had enough, and as it left, it followed a dense row of bushes and stopped right in front of me. He was probably already quite upset with losing the battle. Typically, when they are upset or scared, they rattle their tail as a warning. Their hearing is not real good, but they can hear some sounds. One of their best senses is their sense of smell. They do not smell with their noses, rather by constantly flicking their tongue in and out and transferring molecules from the air and bringing it back to a sensitive gland on the roof of their mouth to obtain the odors.